when you think about sort of the larger scale of companies, how much investment do you see companies making into developer productivity? How many teams do they have dedicated to, build tooling, for example? Is that something that's very common at larger companies? Or does that tend to be a little bit of a fight? It feels to me from the outside, having not been in that position, it feels to me from the outside like even a small improvement in build times, for example, magnified to the scale of thousands of engineers, probably has a large impact on the overall output of the company.
Absolutely. These are expensive problems to solve. Most of the time, your engineers are the most highly paid people at the company. So, and it's not just the money, it's like the time cost. I mean, think about what your team could be doing if they weren't spending an extra hour a day waiting for stuff to compile or stuff to build or deploy, babysitting deployments. I see really all across the board approaches to this. So I'm working with one client now, huge global company. They actually have I forget the exact title, like an engineering practice engineer who leads initiatives on like better tooling, improvements to developer experience, those kinds of things. I've also worked with companies who have a whole developer experience team. I've also worked with companies, though, big and small, where developer experience is the responsibility of the team and they're fully autonomous for their own build systems. So, everyone's using Circle CI. They're all in charge of their own repos on GitHub. It's up to them to fix their build times or fix those flaky tests or do other things. It's like a you build it, you run it kind of scenario. And in those companies, which I find that's my preferred method, quite honestly, that these teams are responsible for building it. They're responsible for shipping it. They run it. A lot of times these teams are also on call. They don't have dedicated SRE functions because they're small enough where it makes sense. But can be a really effective model in developer experience because everyone has a stake in it.